What's up, gamers? Welcome back. We are here live on a Thursday evening.
What's up, gamers?
What is up? We're back at it again with another spooky story. Actually, we're on part 2 of a story from last week. If you don't remember, Adam, do you want to explain?
Yeah, so we are on part 2 of a 9-part series called I Am a Guard Stationed at a Secret Government Prison. That's just what the top of it says.
So where we left off, if I remember right, he's him and his buddy are
Yeah,
in
sand.
him and Sand are in a room together,
Yep.
like a security room, security
Yes.
camera room, and they're watching all these guys fight.
Yeah, but the security room is kind of like a Stanley Parable. Like, it's hidden. It's like he literally found a hidden door and opened it and they escaped through it. So
Yeah,
it's like this part isn't known to like anybody in the facility.
yeah.
So,
So right now, what they left it off on kind of like a cliffhanger in a way is like, oh,
mhm.
all they got to do is sit here and wait for everyone to kill each other. But then they
Yep.
realized, whoever's left standing will be the strongest one,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they're probably effed, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a big fucking Smash Bros tournament going on right now.
All right, let's get back into it. This place sure gives you the creeps, doesn't it? Oh, that was a quote. Who said this?
Yeah. I couldn't disagree. It's Sand saying it.
Sand saying it. Did we have
Yeah.
an accent for Sand, or we just at this point just go?
I don't know at all. I'm just gonna have to make him up.
Do
Again.
you want to do the quote, or do you just want to?
Nah,
just go? Okay.
just send it.
I couldn't disagree with Sand assessment of the bizarre room we found ourselves in. The monitors only illuminated the area up until a certain point. However, he couldn't see any walls, which meant this place had to be bigger than what could be seen. Either by a little or a lot. We couldn't know unless we decided to venture further into the darkness. Neither of us took that initiative, though, keeping it a mystery. Still, it didn't feel like anybody was in there with us, so we allowed ourselves to relax for a bit. I took the first sitting shift, lying back in a chair and focusing on the monitors that I deemed most interesting at the moment. Wirehead versus Lose.
Okay, so we're getting broken down into the fights. This is cool.
Lose was the if he touches you, you turn into like ash because he's like electric.
Oh yeah, he turns. Yeah.
And then was Wirehead basically a Jason Voorhees scenario?
Yeah, with like I think he had a bat and his head was
It
covered
was a
in
bat.
barbed wire.
Yeah, the barbed
He
wire
had
bat.
Lucille from The
Negan,
Walking
yeah,
Dead.
he's basically Negan, but
Yeah,
made out of barbed wire.
yeah.
Who was I rooting for? None of them. Nevertheless, I was morbidly eager to see these two horrific titans square off. Among us guards, we'd create an unofficial tier system ranking each respective void in the terms of the estimate. Void in terms of the estimated threat that they posed in comparison to each other. The tiers went as such: tornado, weakest; tsunami, hurricane, mid; earthquake, asteroid, highest immediate,
Imminent death.
highest imminent death. Get the fuck out. Okay. So those are the tiers.
Yeah, those are the tiers. I thought they were naming voids.
That's who I thought.
But
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
interesting. So we got tornado, tsunami, and hurricane, or like I think the guards could fight easily.
Well,
Yeah,
no.
tornado and tsunami maybe.
Yeah. You
Hurricane.
get to about hurricane, that's where shit gets fucky.
Yeah, I mean if you earthquake, I think you're death regardless. Because if
Yeah.
asteroid's imminent, then earthquake's gotta be like
Oh yeah, asteroid or earthquake
under
is
50%.
fucking kill you up. What the hell?
It'll kill you up.
Kill you up.
They were also divided into subdivisions: high, low, mid, ekata.
Yeah, it's
With that said, Luz was around a high tornado, while Wirehead was a mid tsunami. A
Nice.
glaring difference between them, but not enough that would make it impossible for Luz to win. Want to make a bet? I asked Sand, half jokingly. He chuckled. You know, my luck's cursed, but I guess if we don't make it out of here alive, then my debt's null anyway. It's a weird way to say that.
It basically just means it doesn't fucking matter. It's null and void.
Ah, I got you. Luz was more of a defensive combat, so I wasn't surprised when Wirehead initiated the conflict. He twirled his bat around, still with remains of guard flesh clinging onto it, in a near mocking fashion at Luz. He was a delinquent, after all. Luz hardly reacted, of course. That's just the way he was. In response, he stepped forward, electricity flickering through his hands and up his forearms. Wirehead followed suit, unleashing a big swing at Luz's head, which he managed to intercept with one of his forearms. Nevertheless, the wires still pierced his skin. Wirehead followed up with a headbutt. This time, it connected with the flesh side of Luz's face, slicing him up rather gruesomely.
Damn.
That's kind of wild.
Okay. Graphic.
But despite his seemingly, what the fuck is that? Grievous? Did I say that correctly?
I don't know.
But despite his seemingly grievous injury,
grievous. Yeah, grievous.
we're gonna call it that regardless.
Yeah.
So if you guys know what it was, comment down below because
Leave a comment.
leave a comment what you think it is, and I could probably still not read it.
Leave a comment phonetically how it's spelled.
Leave the text to speech comment. But despite his seemingly grievous injuries, he remained unwavering. That was the thing about Luz. He was incapable of feeling any pain. Like I said, his exact origin remained a mystery. But the one thing we knew about him, I don't know. Okay, time out.
Yeah.
I legit, in the middle of reading, I was like, fuck, did I hit record? And they're like, oh yeah, I did. You fucking moron. Like I said, his exact origin was a mystery. But the one thing we knew about him for sure was that the fact that he hailed from some kind of ancient clan residing in the Arctic Circle. How the fuck do you get electricity out of that?
Yeah, where do you fucking... Yeah, what?
In fact, he was the sole survivor of an incident that decimated his village, and he was hungry for revenge against an unknowing force that did it. After taking a headbutt, Luz was now in striking range. He formed his fingers into an arrow shape and drove them into Wirehead's solar plexus. The fuck is that? Before electrocuting his insides. Oh no. Oh god. What was that? Oh, I'm on the wrong fucking page trying to scroll up. Wirehead quaking in pain as he swung his bat in a frenzy rage. Just about demolishing Luz's ribcage. No reaction from him, though. Instead, he took his other hand and wrapped it around Wirehead's neck. Any normal person would have
succumbed
to Luz's electrical shock after a few seconds. But of course, Wirehead was no normal person. Despite blood pouring out of his chest wound and the skin on his neck beginning to bubble, he picked Luz up by the torso and slammed him over the steel railing. He fucking broke his back. Even without a sound, the mental audio of his spine snapping reverberated throughout my mind. Surprisingly, Luz didn't bat an eye. Wirehead went in for the kill, tossing Luz's body onto the ground before smashing until it resembled nothing more than a mess of blood, pulp, and broken bones. But
Jesus
somehow
Christ.
he was alive.
What?
This is like fucking. We got two overpowered motherfuckers
Yeah.
fighting, and
Bro, how would any guards take on anything?
oh my god, I didn't hear Kirsten come in at all, and I heard her yell, and I was like, "Who the fuck just yelled in my house?"
Cooper getting scared on the podcast, part 3.
Fucking normal at this point. What did you say? Sorry.
I was saying, like, how could any guards possibly, like, go up against any of these fucking guys?
Yeah, this just makes it like I don't know. The writer is like he is cooking, but
Yeah.
I don't fucking know, bro. I mean, he doesn't want any of them to die. This is what it seems like. He likes the characters too much. Unsurprisingly, Luz didn't bat an eye. Wirehead went for the kill, tossing Luz's body onto the ground before smashing it. But somehow he was still alive. Among the gruesome pile, I could see an eye blink. Once Wirehead had exhausted himself from his relentless swinging, Luz took his chance. Using his one arm that hadn't been smashed to bits, he crawled over and grabbed Wirehead by the foot and before scaling himself up to his neck. Oh, God. Once there, he drilled his fist into Wirehead's forehead, utterly shredding his own hand in the process. In the end, it was worth the sacrifice. He was able to electrocute Wirehead's brain, finally causing the behemoth to drop. So I guess he won, Sand said. What the actual shit did we just fucking read there?
Bro, that was insane.
I need that animated right now.
You know, there probably is a somewhere.
Somewhere like somebody made some shit.
I mean, you would think so.
I don't know. It's almost like so. What it seems like right now is that they just killed each other in a way.
Yeah, I would assume that like Luz is basically useless, but still terrifying. So
Yeah. I guess I had my own reservation about calling Luz's performance a victory, but in the end of it, all of his limbs and his spines have been shattered, and not an inch of his body wasn't hosting a series of deep cuts. The good side to his face had also been chipped away to the skull, leaving only his eye and half of his nose intact.
jeez.
And yet, he didn't move with a hint of desperation or concern, calmly crawling away from the scene using one mangled hand. I could still see the current flowing through it as well. A telltale sign that he was ready to pick up another fight.
That's wild.
I feel like Luz is definitely gonna come. If this is 9-parter, Luz is definitely gonna like
He's definitely gonna make
come
another
back
appearance,
at this point. But now he's just one arm crawling. That's what's funny. Nice comeback victory, Sand said. I don't see him making it far though. Not as a tornado tier. Yeah, but we made all of that shit up. Not like it means anything, I responded. True. Yeah, truth be told, I was nearly rooting for Luz at the end there. Something about his resilience resonated with me, as bizarre as it may seem. I scanned the rest of the monitors while Wirehead and Luz were squaring off. The undead Nazi had burnt Diax.
Diax? I don't
Diax,
remember. I think
that's
we
what
called
we.
it Diac or something.
I think
know.
it was Diax. Diax to a crisp. Another monitor. Morgie played around with Void corpse that I recognize as Death Shadow.
Death Shadow.
He chose his own name.
Death Shadow.
3 down, I muttered to myself. Fuck, we got a big one coming up, Sand announced. I followed his eyes to the monitor near the bottom of the room. He was right. this one was gonna be good. Standing at opposite sides of the kitchen were Trench and Sinju.
Yeah. Okay. So
Trent,
Trench is 6'3" at 330 pounds, and Sinju is 5'10" at 148 pounds. So big height difference, big weight difference. So I'm curious on
I
who's going to
see
come out on top.
Sinju. I could see Sinju a little
Yeah,
bit.
I could see it too. It kind of sounds like, I don't know, like Sinju's, I don't know. It just sounds like a cooler name. So
Yeah,
that's my
exactly,
bet.
exactly.
So that's my reasoning.
Trench was a silent entity dressed entirely in ancient-looking deep-sea diver gear, except for his head, which remained without a helmet. However, you couldn't get a glimpse of his face regardless. That was due to the fact that his features were completely distorted so much that if you tried to focus on the details, all you were getting was a nasty migraine.
Huh.
On top of that, he was invisible in person. Oh,
What?
oh.
So you can't even fucking see him.
Let me explain. If he was standing right in front of you, you wouldn't be able to see him. The only way to get a glimpse of him was through a secondary
Uh,
means, camera mirror, and which made him all the more dangerous.
yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah. Well, he could escape like the easiest for like a little while until they notice him on the
100%.
cameras. But like immediately, the fact that you can't see him, that's some of these guys have like fucking broken abilities, dude.
Yeah, I want to see like designs of all these guys because it's
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
pretty. Like we said at the beginning, I think everyone in here is overpowered as fuck, and the writer didn't want any of them to die. So it's kind of like a. Um. As for now, he killed people. It was either by brute force using his monstrous strength, or B, his death aura. Aura. Is that aura?
Aura. Yeah, aura.
Aura. Uh, as us guards have dubbed it, similar to Diax's zone. Once you were in his close vicinity, you'd feel an astronomic, astronomical amount of pressure and get crushed on the spot, comparable to what you'd feel standing at the bottom of the ocean.
Huh.
But that's only if Trench wills it. Sometimes he'll turn the aura off and simply punch somebody's head off. You know what it feels like? It feels like all these guys are like their own like training cards or trading cards. You know, it
Yeah.
feels like each
Yeah.
guy is a
Hmm.
card and they're playing like a fucking
Yeah, they have like
Yu-Gi-Oh.
stats and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it feels like right now. The best I can describe it. For that reason, he was a mid-hurricane tier. As for Sinju, well, he was basically a psychopath, demon-possessed martial artist with supernatural levels of speed, strength, and agility.
Yep, I
He
like him. He's
he
cool.
apparently trained with the Wrath style, or the technique beyond human comparison. Uh, Whatever the hell those were supposed to mean. uh, when he gets serious, his eyes will roll into the back of his head, and black veins will begin to plunge out of underneath of his skin. At the point, he'll be moving so fast that his motions become impossible to keep up with
Okay.
visually,
Yeah,
and
that's sick as fuck. That's a Goku ball fight, dude.
a single punch from him will be enough to completely vaporize a human head.
Yeah, see, that's disgusting, bro. Senju's my guy.
Sinju better make it all the fucking way. Here's what's gonna happen. Predictions. What do you think's gonna happen?
I think Senju's gonna win because he sounds dope as fuck.
After, oh, is that it or?
That I can think of off the top of my head.
Here's how I see it happening. I see, motherfucking Trench Like he's okay. We're talking Sinju up a lot. The
Yeah.
writer talked him up a lot. I see Sinju dying instantly.
See, that's yeah.
I
I
see.
could see that. But the real question is can Senju see Trench? Because humans can't, but can Senju?
I don't know. He did train with the martial artist Raz Al
Yeah.
Ghul.
To find the fountain of
The Green
shit.
Fountain.
Yeah. The fountain. My god, it starts with an L.
Lagu?
Lazarus Pit.
Lazarus Pit.
Yeah, there it is.
Uh, for that reason, he is a mid hurricane tier. As for Sinju, he basically. Oh, I just read this part. Uh, but in all honesty, he's one of the least malicious voids out of the bunch. If you're weak like us guards, he won't even spare you a glance. Granted that you stay out of his way. Okay, so he's like an anti-hero in a way.
Yeah.
The only thing that he really looks for are strong opponents to fight. But when he can't find one, he starts to get antsy, and then problems emerge. We pegged him at a low hurricane. Can Sinju even see Trench? Sand asked.
Yeah, see?
I guess so, I responded. The question was worth asking, but I wouldn't have been surprised if Trench aura invisibility simply didn't work on him at all. That seemed to be the case since Sinju decided to strike first. Oh, so he can see him.
Okay.
He rushed forward at a unfathomable speed, directing what must have been hundreds of strikes in succession at Trench. However, none of them phased the obscure diver. I could see Sinju's lips curling with a psychotic grin at the fact he certainly found what he was looking for. Oh shit, dog.
Oh god, dude. He wanted a good fight.
The floor beneath him cracked as his eyes turned white and his what the fuck is that? Grotesque
Yeah, okay.
veins began plunging. If he couldn't see his strikes before, it was beyond impossible now. He rushed forward, unleashing a maelstrom of lightning like
Uh,
punches. What is it?
Maelstrom. Maelstrom?
Maelstrom, maelstrom of lightning like punches, elbows, and kicks against Trench. This went on for about 5 seconds before he was stopped in his tracks. Trench had grabbed him by the throat, still not looking any worse for wear in the process. I could see Sinju's mouth something. I could see Sinju's mouth something to the effect of "What the fuck?" before he was tossed into a metal fridge. Oh, they're in the kitchen. Okay.
Oh yeah, I was like, what, did he summon a fucking fridge?
That's another void mini fridge. uh, it certainly appeared as if Trench was too much of a tank for him to handle. Nevertheless, Sinju got back up and cracked his shoulder into place while blood leaking from his mouth, and then he seemed to let out a shriek.
Dude, this shit
Crazy.
is literally a shonen like shonen tournament arc anime.
I'm
Like this
loving
is
it,
like the trials of Naruto and shit like that. Like that's what
honestly.
this is, bro.
Like, if the rest of this series is while the guys are in the bunker and we're just reading all the fights, I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
mad at it, but
yeah.
crazy fucker, I thought to myself. What the hell did it take for somebody to become like this? At that point, he seemingly given up the technique entirely. Instead, he grabbed a handful of kitchen knives and began chucking them at Trench. While none of them pierced the suit, one of them managed to stick in his distorted head, which evidently dealt some damage.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, so hit the motherfucker in the head.
Yeah. Trench flinched before taking the knife out and throwing it back at Sinju, who in turn caught it effortlessly. At this point, he was howling in what I assumed was some kind of fucked up. Oh my god.
Pseudo-masochist jubilation.
He'd found the weak point. I guess, yeah, at that point, he's fucking probably
Yeah,
excited as
yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah, because now he can just move fast as shit and punch his head and like teleport around him and shit. I'm imagining, okay, like maybe this is bad of me, but Sinju is like a very like samurai name.
Yes, yes, yes.
Like so, I just like I don't know. I imagine the guy from Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. I imagine that guy.
Oh, okay.
Robert is his name.
Robert. Sinju rushed back at Trench, knives in hand, before slashing away at his face. Spurts of vicious, dark blue
Viscous.
blood. Viscous? Dark blue
Yeah.
blood stained the kitchen floor, along with Sinju's own face. Soon enough, the knife snapped, and Trench threw a desperation punch at Sinju's temple. He managed to block it with his forearm, although I could see his bone cracked from the impact. He leapt back as his arms hung limp to his side. Oh no. Oh god. Dodging a follow-up haymaker. Throughout everything, a grin remained plastered on his face. His veins were bulging out so hard that I found it hard to believe they weren't going to completely burst altogether. You could take that line and put it in a 50 Shades of Grey book, and it would work out perfect. Um. Okay. There it
That
is.
would have been wild if that was the actual part of the story.
Yeah, 50 Shades.
Just the 50 Shades of Grey joke.
With one arm, Sinju lifted a metal table and swung it into the side of Trench's head, nearly taking it off in the process. He wasted no time grabbing a large frying pan and pounced at his incapacitated
Fuck, you got me fucked up. Incapacitated.
opponent, knocking them both over in the process. He then took a position atop Trench's body, furiously slamming the pan onto his face. Martial arts, eh? I could hear Sand mutter. After what must have been 250 blows, the pan broke. That's a good pan right there. On a fucking hard surface, smashing it on something.
Yeah.
On the ground,
Cast
Trench's on the ground. It's the motherfucking. It's just the frying pans from Chef Gordon. His brand.
You like looks at the camera and be like, Chef Gordon's pots and pans.
Buy him now.
We'll kill a fucking 6 foot, 300 pound scuba diver.
Welcome to your Hell's Kitchen.
That's a good one. That's good.
Sinju tossed the scrap. Trench's head had been obliterated no less than 50 strikes prior. Sinju tossed the scrap metal aside and looked up at the ceiling, presumably screaming his lungs sore in sheer combat delight.
Combative delight.
Yeah, that's the word. So Sinju won. Well, looks like
Yep.
our tier system means fuck all, I chuckled. Okay, that was a pretty cool fucking fight, to be honest.
Yeah, that's insane.
Trench didn't do a whole lot. Trench seems like not
He's
a good
very
fighter.
slow, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Slow,
but
but-
it doesn't mean anything because he's fucking dead.
Yeah, he did.
But Sinju is not gonna make it. Like
No,
for his
he's got
next
one
fight,
arm
probably.
right now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and what was Trench again? Was Trench a?
He's
Was
a
he a?
scuba diver.
No, was he like a?
They didn't say.
No, I thought they did. Death aura. He's a mid hurricane.
Okay. Now what was Sinju?
Sinju was low hurricane.
Okay, so yeah, a little bit of an underdog there.
Yeah, it was definitely an underdog, but like how much? Okay, we got hurricane was middle. Okay, so Trench was
Like the mid of mid.
mid, and he was in between tsunami and hurricane.
Sinju is like low mid,
All right,
lower middle class.
that was pretty cool to be honest.
Yeah.
All right, go back to that screen. There it is. Despite the morbid scene unfolding in front of us, Sand shared a laugh with me. We were at the point to where the absolute absurdity and danger of the situation was beginning to fade from our senseless hell. I suppose we were enjoying ourselves, as fucked up as it may sound. We kept watching as Sinju got up and stumbled around, evidently disordered from both his injuries and successive fits of fighting spirit induced rage.
Euphoria.
I was about to say, like, I've seen this word many a times. Euphoria. He took about 4 steps before his head exploded, throwing the two of us watching for quite a loop.
Fuck?
Another figure stepped into the frame, whom was recognized as Satan Bot.
Satan Bot.
6'11", 535
Jesus
pounds.
Christ. That's not a bot, dude. That's a fucking mech. Satan mech.
I felt a shiver crawl down my spine upon seeing him, somewhat snapping me back into reality. Despite his commercial name, Satan Bot had to be
comical name. Commercial name.
Had to be
hey
one
guys,
of those.
Satan Bot here with the ShamWow.
Bro, fucking ShamWows are fucking stupid as shit. Like, you throw them into a pond and they'll float.
Wait, do they like not absorb anything at all?
Maybe.
I'll say, have you ever messed with one before?
Yeah, we threw it onto a pond and it just floated.
Well, I mean, because it's like, denser than water, so water's more dense, so yeah.
I guess, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's not going to absorb the fucking lake.
Listen, I'm not a Mythbuster at all. I expected that lake to be fucking soaked up.
I expected that shit to be a dry creek bed.
I expected that was going to be the easiest fishing trip ever. Wrong.
No, it would have absorbed the fish, too.
Fuck.
Imagine picking it up since your body's like 70% water. It's just like you become skin and bones. Like it just absorbs all the water in your body.
That's good video right there, actually. Holy shit. All right.
Just know it's been coined. Coop and Goose. We own the copyright for it.
Let me...
Writing down notes.
Jot that down. All right. All right, back to the excitement here. Saint Bot had to be one of the most frightening voids out there. I just couldn't understand what the fuck he was supposed to be. His body appeared to be robotic, but moved in ways that were too fluid for even the most what the fuck is that? Sophisticated android. Like ligaments, metallic flesh. It was
legitimate metallic flesh.
It was honestly maddening to look at. So what the fuck? Does he have the ability to make heads explode as well? Or was that Trench?
I think he just fucking punched his head and he died or something. But you know what that makes me think of? Adam Smasher from Cyberpunk.
I don't know which one that
Adam
is.
Smasher's just this big. I'll look up a goddamn picture for you.
All right. I mean, I'll just put it on the screen when you said that. So, and I'll look at it later.
Yeah.
But okay, so fucking A, we're poor fucking
Senju.
shit.
Well, we called it. He wasn't going to make it through another fight. So
no,
didn't even have a chance to fight.
No, bro. Died. Hey, at least he went out happy.
Yeah, true.
On top of that, he literally resembled the fucking devil himself. Oh my god,
dude, that's nuts.
Reddish black scaly skin, metallic shell, a mouth full of exposed razor-like teeth, rectangular, slanted crimson eyes, a pair of large mechanical wings, and a long tail ending in somewhat of a resemblance of a 3-pronged spear to boot.
AKA a trident.
For whatever reason, he also had a rocket launcher atop his right shoulder and Gatling gun.
Fucking killed him.
And Gatling gun connected to his left hand. No, these were not mechanical modifications. They were literally connected to his body.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is this story, dog? We're just getting...
Bro, this is like somebody got high off shrooms. It was just like, dude, what if there's like a devil robot that sells sham wows and has a fucking Gatling gun and a rocket launcher?
Fuck it, put a rocket launcher on him.
Yeah, dude.
It's still like, all right. I think we had a
All
cool
right, now
character.
what? Make him look like the devil.
Make him look like the fucking devil.
Nice, dude. What does he look like? Like the
Devil.
devil, dude. That's it.
A robot devil.
Now use adjectives to blow that up.
Not the devil duster. The devil. Oh my god. What the fuck is unamusingly?
Yeah, he was unamusingly considered one of the most dangerous.
Voids residing in the chasm. Rated at high
Chasm.
earthquake. For
Jesus. Yeah, no kidding.
even if Sinju was at a full strength, he wouldn't have stood a chance.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Sand commented. I was hoping he didn't escape. Well, let's not worry about him for now, I said, turning my attention to another monitor. What my eye landed on next was the utter massacre, sitting atop a pile of guards' bodies that must have eclipsed 6 feet, was Hugo White, aka
the Brutal Bishop.
6'2", 200 pounds. Like his name indicated, he was dressed in a traditional. What is that?
Vicar. Priest outfit.
Oh, just okay. So he's a priest. Yo,
Yeah.
let's get the fucking brutal bishop versus the robot devil.
Yeah, dude, that's a great matchup.
Do
you think? Do you think the priest killed his wife?
The only difference was the fact that the cross he wore around his neck was fashioned
No comment.
out of blades. The man himself had long, sweeping black hair and about 14 bags under both of his dead blue eyes.
Jesus Christ.
It was unclear to us what his real motives were. It's not like he really followed the rules of any religion on earth, despite his outfit. He just went on a long rant about the sin of natalism? 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 Hey, words.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Sin of Nutella?
Nutella? God damn.
Natalism?
I lost where the fuck I was. I can't even tell you because I don't even
look for brutal bishop and then
the brutal bishop part? Okay.
And then down 2 paragraphs.
Brutal bishop. God damn, I still can't fucking find it.
Were you not keeping fucking...
Well, because as soon as I start looking for shit, I like lose it.
No, you're good.
Yeah, it's just a lot for my fucking ADHD brain.
All right, the sin of natalism.
Natalism? Nihilism? Oh.
Is that nihilism?
Hold on, I still gotta. I guess I would say nihilism. No, that can't be right.
No, natalism is what I said. Natalism?
Yeah, natalism. Sure.
Whatever the word is, comment down below in text to speech. And the fertility of existence. What the fuck? Why
existence.
Existence. Wow. I did not know that word, apparently. And how to reach the state of sense. What the?
Sanctity.
Oh my god. We must first reach a clean state. Basically, he wanted to kill everyone sentenced.
The clean slate.
He wanted to kill every sentient being on Earth and then himself.
Clean slate.
He wasn't all talk either. He was certainly strong. We rate him a low hurricane.
Nice, dude.
Uh, where is my mouse? There it is.
This next line is funny.
Oh God, I lost my shit. Shit.
Do you want
Oh,
me
there
to
it is.
pick
There it
up?
is.
Okay.
Let me get a little bit, and then I'm done. I was about to say you got quiet, but I was like, oh, you muted yourself because you had to vape.
Trying to do better about it.
You're good, bro. After praying to whatever fucked up deity he worshipped atop of the pile of corpse, he slid down and began stalking the corridors for some
Yep.
more victims to fulfill his holy objective.
Wholly objective.
He came
You could
across
say, if he was punching motherfuckers, you could say that it was his wholly objective. Like he punched a hole in them. That one
came
was bad.
across the
Leave that
next
out.
couldn't have been more perfect. Kale Silva?
Nice, dude. Kale, like the food. Kale Silva,
A
aka Vampire Cop.
Oh, yeah,
What
you
the
can take
fuck
over
are
for this.
these
Fuck,
names,
you can
bro?
take over here. So we got a fucking serial killer priest.
Priest and a vampire cop.
This is definitely some kids playing some fucking Magic the Gathering cards. Fucking
Bro, it's
vampire
like
cop.
they were just gathered all of their action figures and they were like, "Oh, well, my He-Man has a Gatling gun."
All right, kids, come to class with your own character.
Bring a show and tell, and then it's just this like the awkward kid shows up with a notebook and he's like, "This is Vampire Cop. He's 5'9", 176 pounds, and
He's
he's a
pretty fuck
vampire and
cool.
he's a cop.
He's pretty cool.
He's pretty cool. One of
Some
these
might.
days, I'm gonna make a story that's gonna be really popular, and he's gonna be in it." And then all the kids were like, "Ha ha, yeah, right." And then to cut to 40 years later, us two losers reading this shit on the internet.
No, the one who laughs like, "Ha, my character's the brutal bishop." Like, well,
Oh yeah,
my
mine's
vampire cop can
vampire
kill
cop.
your guy. Brute
Mine's
bishop my
vampire cop.
ass. All
Oh yeah, well my hero's a low hurricane.
right.
My void.
All right.
Kale was a rather interesting being. That he was one of the most cooperative voids. In fact, he was the only prisoner that willingly turned himself in. Huh. Okay.
This
So
kid
of
made the
course,
shittiest.
vampire fucking yeah, literally the lamest character he
We
could have
just
created.
talked him up like, and it's like, bro, your character turns himself in. What a
He's like,
pussy.
he's a virgin. He's literally
He's saving
he doesn't
himself.
drink, he doesn't smoke, and he only eats kale. He's vegan.
Jesus.
His backstory was interesting as well. And of the few we actually knew about, he used to be a prolific, merciless Brazilian cop who patrolled the most dangerous parts of Rio. It was so much so that he earned a reputation amongst the criminal underground as the Reaper. But he was still only human. During one fateful mission, his entire unit was massacred during an ambush attack by about a dozen district gangs, Jesus, who were all unified under the same goal of taking him down. He was the only survivor, but was captured in the process. So
Damn.
he's a bad motherfucker.
Yep. Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne, that's Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, that's Vampire Cop. After being brutally tortured in a warehouse for about 5 hours, the lights suddenly went out. During this period of darkness, the only sounds entering his ears were those of carnage. Every single gang member was being obliterated by some unknown force. At the end of the bloodbath, he could hear footsteps slowly approaching him from before a deep, raspy voice whispered something into his ear. "There is potential in you. Allow me to bestow you with an opportunity." He felt a sharp pain in his neck before the hidden entity spoke to him again. "Fulfill your duty. Do not underestimate the power of the dark side." He then passed out. When he woke up, he found himself in his bed with all the wounds from the torture session just about healed. all wounds except for one, a bite mark on his neck. His appearance also had changed drastically.
He was shiny in the sunlight.
Yeah, yep. Pale skin, dark eyes, and fangs. Ooh. He heard about the stories, but hardly, but could, blah, 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 fuck, blah, blah,
Blah blah
blah,
blah.
blah, 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 vampire cop, man. But could hardly comprehend that he become one himself. While he couldn't handle being exposed to the sun anymore because he would sparkle, he found himself with superhuman strength and regeneration. It's motherfucking Blade.
This sounds like a goddamn Marvel comic right now.
Literally Blade is that, and it's a Marvel comic. So,
Oh my god.
which he used to brutalize criminals at night as a vigilante. Motherfucker is Batman Blade.
If this guy doesn't get his ass clapped in the first 30 seconds of the fight.
Well, he's a cop in prison, so you would only assume. His resolve in regards to justice had never wavered, remaining strong no matter what he went through. For that reason, he could hardly live with the guilt on his conscience. He walked to the police station he used to work at, turning himself in to his former colleagues uh, that all thought he was dead. Of course, the news spread quickly.
Oh, you skipped a paragraph.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, however, it didn't take long for him to go too
Oh,
far.
yeah, my bad. However,
I was
it didn't
like,
take
wait a minute.
long for him to go too far. My bad.
There you go.
One night, he went into a frenzy, breaking into a house of a suspected R-worder
Rapist.
and killing everybody inside, including the R-word innocent mother and daughter. His resolve in regards to justice had never wavered, remaining strong no matter what he went through. For that reason, he could hardly live with the guilt on his conscience, and walked into the police station he used to work at, turning himself into his former colleagues that all thought he was dead. Of course, the news spread quickly. That's when the CIA stepped in and offered and transferred him to the chasm. Okay, the CIA. No, hold on. Never mind. I could be wrong about this.
What?
The CIA is probably not in Rio, but the CIA has done some shady things anyway. So, so maybe we'll just avoid that.
Yeah, I can swim.
I can swim. Yeah. He put up no resistance. In fact, he deemed the chasm a place where he 100% belonged. Safe to say, he was a rather bizarre case. We still put him at low hurricane, same as Hugo Boss. Sorry. Do you know who that is?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I actually don't know what the fuck he does. Let me find out.
Hugo Hoss.
Hugo. Is it Hugo Boss or Hugo? Yeah, Hugo Boss. It's a cologne. It's not even a fucking. It might be a person.
It works 60% of the time.
60% of the time, it works every time. On the monitor, I could see Kale's lips moving, waiting to hear what he had to say. Excuse me. I began looking around to see if I could get some audio. It didn't take too long for me to find the volume control panel, which was located right under the middle desk. Thankfully, whoever set this weird place up took the library for labeling each switch for its respective monitor. I turned the volume up right in the middle of Kale's spiel. Dangerous scum! I'm going to have to dispose of you before it's too late. Hugo's face remained expressionless. Scum? Hold on. An apt description. I like to think. Oh, so he's a pastor, right? An apt description for. Yeah. Hugo is now.
Oh, okay.
Scum? An apt description of those ones residing in this place, but I understand that you are also a man wrought with unforgivable sin. I'll treat you no differently, he responded. Kale chuckled. Wouldn't expect you not to. He took a proactive fighting stance. Come on, Englishman. Oh, he's fucking British? Okay,
No,
bet.
no. The Hugo is
Yeah, Hugo's
British.
a British man, yeah.
So now you got to throw
Um,
that in there.
so actually, that voice wasn't too far off.
No, it was
Let's
probably
settle
perfect.
this. Hugo put a hand on his blade cross, of course, before muttering another prayer to himself. He looked up at Kill, his eyes now deep crimson. How fucked do I want to get with this? The atrocities I commit are only in the pursuit of the ultimate holiness. I hope you can understand that. Kale grinned. Yeah, I get it. Crazy people are crazy, aka bitches be crazy. As he finished the sentence, he rushed forward in a quick blur, sinking his fangs into Hugo's neck. Uh,
Oh,
in turn, Hugo grabbed Kale's head and twisted it, snapping his neck in what had to be the most gruesome manner feasible. Before plunging his fist into his chest for the first time, Hugo grimaced. Um, What's wrong with your heart? He asked before retracting his hand, revealing severe burn marks. Kale twisted his head back into place, shooting Hugo with a bloody grin. I couldn't tell you, buddy. Uh, they traded blows for a few minutes, pummeling each other into oblivion. While Kale was certainly more skilled and had more tools at his disposal, Hugo possessed more raw power. Eventually, it came to a standstill. Kale had suffered upwards of 20 fatal injuries, forcing his regeneration abilities to the brink. Hugo was bleeding all over. He had 6 bone fractures, an eye gouged out, and an ear ripped off like
oh
Mike
my
Tyson fighting a
god.
motherfucker. Um, you're pretty fucking annoying, aren't you? Kale rasped out. Hugo went over, coughing up a mouthful of blood. Likewise. In the meantime, their confrontation had drawn an audience coming in for a coming in from an intersecting corridor. Sorry, one second. Intersecting corridor was Infernal Gladiator. What the fuck are these names? 6'7", 285 pounds. He was a fucking high hurricane, dude.
Oh my god.
Um, Imagine an extremely buff zombie that was permanently burned, clad to ancient gladiator gear. That was him. And one of his hands, he gripped a gigantic flaming sword. This is a Dark Souls boss. He held 2 leashes holding both respective voids at the neck, crawling at his feet like dogs from hell. Oh, so he in himself is like 3 voids all at once.
God damn.
Wow. Okay.
So that was just
Oh,
one that
wait.
just
So
walked
he
in.
just captured 2 other voids and forced them to be his pets. This guy's nuts, dude.
What the fuck is this story? And I love it.
Yeah, this is great, dude. How heavy was that motherfucker? 285 pounds? Okay. One was the Freak. Great. 6'10", 253 pounds. A slouched humanoid monster with a strange flickering eyes and a grin that wrapped around his entire head. The other was the humanish centipede. Is that his fucking name? That's funny.
The human
6
centipede.
humanish centipede.
Oh.
372 pounds. Jesus Christ. A centipede like creature that had vaguely human face covering and 6 eyes, with an iron muzzle obscuring the mouth area, and it crawled on 10 colossal veiny arms. That's fucking scary, bro. They were both mid tornado tier, not incredibly powerful. They were merely simple, aggressive beasts that possessed nothing but primal bloodlust and the strength that was comparable to 3 wild beasts put together. For that reason, they were easily converted into disposable weapons for a much stronger and more intelligent gladiator. Fucking hell, Kale said upon seeing the trio. That's fucking disgusting. Bloody abominations, Hugo added. Nothing but the creatures that stain this earth. They both looked at each other and nodded, an explicit sense of mutual understanding between them. I suppose that a few voids teaming up should have been inevitable. Oh, fuck. I clicked the link. Hold on. Ow. Where the fuck did I click a link at? Oh, boy.
You're now in the void.
Yeah, I'm in the void, dude. Oh, boy. This is heating up, I said, turning towards Sand. He didn't respond at first. Instead, looking as if he's trying to focus on something that wasn't the screen. What the hell's the matter? I asked him. I think there might be somebody else in here. Don't turn around. Just keep watching. Pretend like you didn't hear it. He replied, hardly above a whisper. It's not like I had to pretend. Hear what? I thought to myself. Nevertheless, I'd never sand more serious.
I think he meant to put, or the
writer.
writer.
I've never seen.
Yeah, I think they meant to put.
Yeah.
Heard or seen or.
Yeah. Excuse me. I turned my attention back to the monitors while focusing my ears to be alert. About 10 seconds later, I heard it. It was soft for sure, and I wasn't surprised that I hadn't noticed it up until that point. Somewhere in the darkness behind us, somebody was definitely trying to contain a giggle.
That's fucking interesting.
I wondered how long it would be before a void found them.
I was wondering if...
Because, I was waiting for, this one is X-Ray Man, and he can see through walls.
Do you... At this point, it wouldn't be surprising, but do you think it's actually not a void, and it's just the so-called, overseer?
Yeah, it could be, the overseer, too, yeah.
And he just loves his fucking job so much. He's like, oh my God, I can talk to you about it.
Yeah, right.
But no, okay, here, I'm not going to lie. Getting through most of this, I'm like, we haven't, this is not, scary at all. It's not spooky.
It's just
fucking
very,
awesome.
Yeah.
But that last bit all of a sudden turned into a fucking, hey,
it's gonna get creepy. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
I'm sure we're gonna get some very tense situations. Right now, it's kind of lighthearted. The voids are fighting, but I bet you it's gonna get very tense because they're gonna have to try to escape at some point. So that's what I think.
I'm looking at the comment and $10. It's the giggler.
Yes, because somebody said I can't wait to hear about High Asteroid.
Giggler proceeds
Infernal
to giggle.
Gladiator. What's so fucking funny, giggly bits?
Giggler
proceeds to giggle. Inferno Gladiator implodes. Yes. Oh wait, Infernal Giggler has a Monty Python accent. Well, now I got to read it like that from now on. So
what is that?
Kind of what's the fucking famous quote from Monty Python and the Holy Grail? Your mother is a something, and your father smells of elderberries. Yes, I fought in your general direction.
Yes. I'll take that bet. I'll take that action. 20 says he's a friendly void.
I feel like the Giggler is the name of a ripoff Batman villain. Dirk Giggler. What the fuck?
God, that was God sent. My eyes were like these when I see him. Oh, Jesus.
When you saw what?
I was reading a comment.
Oh,
fuck Asteroid. The Giggler is a black hole. What are your thoughts so far? This is part 2 of 9.
I think it's awesome. Yeah, I love it.
100% gonna finish these because it's so fucking good.
For sure. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. You'll just have to stick around and stay tuned to find out. And if you do want to see more from us, leave a like, leave a comment. Let us know. If you have any stories to recommend, please recommend them because we are definitely interested in continuing this. There's a cat outside my door meowing,
Are
so
you
that's
sure
going to
it's a
be a
cat?
great. Yeah, it's a cat because it's zombie.
Not a mimic,
Yeah, it's not the human-ish centipede.
not a not a giggler.
Not a giggler. Yeah, but it sounded like meow. he's he's a big baby.
All right, perfect. Like, subscribe, check out Scissor merch. Also check out this
Yeah, check out the story.
the writer story. This stuff, part 2 here is linked in the description below.
Yep.
Go check them out. Great story. I don't know if we'll do part 3 exactly next week.
Yeah.
We may take a small break from this, get into more like not more spooky, but like jump back into a
Some
ultra
like
spooky
scary.
shit.
Yeah,
And then come back to it. Just let us know if you want us to continue on with part 3. I think we're going to regardless, but
don't tell them that.
like, subscribe, comment down what you'd like to see next. Pretty much what he said. All right, peace out.
Bye.